Hi, in this video I have a camera tripod and unfortunately it is damaged. Right, here is the lever which allows me to extend the leg, but you might notice that it's broken on this side. This is a common problem on camera stands, and as you can see when I drop the lever down, this pin is raising, and that means that this can still move. It's not tight enough, and therefore the tripod is uneven when I put it on the ground. There's a close-up view of the problem. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate a quick fix to solving this problem. Right over here, I've already done the fix and I've used the cable tie, and notice that it can't move. But when I open it, it works perfectly. And when I close it, no, it's stuck. So in essence, all I'm doing is I'm putting a cable tie here. But what happens is this falls off and defeats the point of the repair. So what I need to do is I need to reform this plastic so that the cable tie cannot fall off. And that is why I'm going to be using my soldering iron to just do some plastic welding. Right, I have my soldering iron. I've set it to pretty high. It's on 400 degrees. There's my soldering iron. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to deform the plastic a little bit to raise this side so that the cable tie cannot just fall off. So all I'm doing is I'm taking my soldering iron and I'm just smearing it here, and I'm building up the side. I don't have to do too much because the cable tie is going to be tight, so it's going to be quite difficult for the cable tie to lift over this little ridge now. So I don't have to do it all the way around, I just have to do it at certain parts. So all I'm doing is I'm brushing the soldering iron just on the side here. Most important is to make sure it is cool before you touch it. You can burn your finger, but also you might smear it down. Now, that little lip is enough to keep the cable tie on this side. If you look at this, I'm showing that it's tapered. And because it's tapered, the cable tie just slides off. So what I'm doing is I'm counteracting that by just reforming this plastic a little bit. Right, so there's the ridge. Almost all the way around. You don't have to do it all the way around. You can do a little bit there and a little bit there and maybe a little bit at the bottom. And now all I need to do is put the cable tie on. Now in my case, when I drop the lever, even if there's a cable tie here, the cable tie is not in the way of the lever. If in your case the cable tie is in the way of the lever, then I have a different repair and a different video using plastic welding, welded into this plastic and just round the broken section so that it doesn't get in the way of the lever. At this point, you might want to decide if it's best to have it that way or that way. Now, I've done one further up and it's been like this for some time and it's been great. And I just had the cable tie out of the way. So when I open and close the lever, I don't scratch my finger on that raised portion, and that's kind of out of the way. So I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm just going to tighten it. And already notice how I'm not even tight, but that cable tie cannot climb off there. I'm now just tightening the cable tie. Right, very important, when you cut the pigtail off, make sure you cut that right down, otherwise you can scratch your skin here and it can be quite sore. So I'm just cutting that right down. And if you've got sensitive skin, maybe just use some sandpaper just to file down those edges of that cable tie. Sometimes those edges can catch on the skin, can even pierce your skin. All right, so let's have a look at the repair. Right, so there's the repair in action. Notice that the cable tie cannot slide over there. The lever is closed. That is not moving. I can't pull this out. Open the lever, leg is moving perfectly, cable tie stays in place. Just a note, if you're finding that the cable tie is not fastening down on the pin hard enough, just check the sections next to it. For example, I'm going to cut the cable tie off here. Right, what I'm showing is this one over here and this one over here are quite high. So when the cable tie goes over it, it does block the cable tie a little bit. If you want the cable tie to push down on this pin as much as possible, it's better if this section here is a bit lower. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my soldering iron and I'm flattening this side over here, just like that. And then I'm doing the same over here. So what that does is it stops the cable tie from being pushed away on the side. So now the cable tie can pull more firmly on that pin. So now the cable tie is fitting more snugly there because I've lowered the two perches that were on the side of this pin. And therefore when I tighten it, that makes it much stronger. Right, so there's my little fix. Thanks for watching and cheers.